Last time, we worked on Gustav's Backpack, which, by the way, has got some blocking in it, which is just a couple of pieces of 2x6 that cut to shape, so it holds its shape, kind of getting the leather to know where it's supposed to be. And my goodness, did that video do horrible. Not horrible, just didn't do well. A good YouTuber would pivot to something much more appealing. You got a clone over there that is in desperate need of work. I am not a good YouTuber, so I'm going to finish the project. Oh, by the way, I'm Hawk. I make props and costumes. And today we're going to finish off the backpack for Gustav from Expedition 33. All that's really left are the straps. But they do a weird come around thing. And then they have a cross piece that's... it's going to be interesting. The shell of the backpack is done, and I'm super happy with it. It's supposed to have these brass square D-rings. I can't find anything like it at all. So I'm just using these, the little nut on them. Let me open it up and show you. So these little chains, they have a threaded bit that just unthreads and rethreads to lock it in place. And I figured if I do ever find the right ones, they'll be easy enough to change out. I just cut 3 strips that are very long. I have no idea how long I need to make any of these straps, but I have come across a severe mistake. It's recoverable, but you know, it's something I'm going to have to keep in mind. This little buckle piece is supposed to be an actual buckle, which will just complicate my life. It's not the end of the world. It's just, I do feel kind of stupid for not paying attention. There are 3 straps, which is a weird number of straps to have on a backpack, but it is what it is. I should be wearing a much heavier coat because the Expedition outfit has a pretty decent coat, and if I'm actually going to make it out of leather, it's going to be way thicker than what I'm currently wearing. But I believe this strap, these 2 straps, this one can go away. These 2 straps go across each other. I want to give myself plenty of room, because if it hangs down a little low, that's fine. But I think right about there is what I want. And it looks like it crosses just past the center line. So, looks like it's going to be right about here. And then this one just comes along and loops. It does one of these. Right? It looks like it can slide. Ugh. Now to try and take it off without stabbing myself. And that leaves us with these 3 belts. This one's pretty long. I'm a little worried about how much leather I have because I don't want to, it needs to be one solid piece. But this one is literally just a belt. Because these holes, or this has holes on this end and a buckle, so it's just a belt. That's easy. This one is the one that goes over the other shoulder, and it's got a piece that widens out and comes along, and it's black and quilted. The belts are supposed to be red, by the way, with the silver cording. And then this is the one that comes from the other shoulder, that this part here has to be wide enough for the buckle to fit through, because it loops and just kind of hangs there. Have everything cut out and labeled. So now it all gets the same silver trim that we have on all the other loops, right? So the easiest way to measure all of this out is to not measure it all. And just basically trace each piece with a piece of paracord. Now I know exactly, without even trying to do any measurements, I need to make a bit of the silver trim this length. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2, and then we're going to cut out a bunch of cording. That is so frustrating. Even if I make it less than just barely less than I need, I am still going to run out of paracord. Right there. I am that much too short. It's super frustrating. I don't have any extra paracord floating around. I may have a scrap that I can use, but this project has just taken way longer than expected. But we continue. It is what it is. This is double-sided tape designed for leather. This is the left shoulder strap. It's cording all the way around it. Move up a little bit here for you so you can see what I'm doing. So it gets cording all the way around it. This is our cording. That's the piece of paracord trapped around the silver fabric. To hold everything in place, we're going to put the leather on both sides and then top stitch all the way around, which is the exact same thing we did for the backpack. So I'm just going to take the double-sided tape, put a bead all the way down one edge and then all the way up the other, trim, and sew. And I have found it's easier to work from the middle out, so I will fold this in half, place the center in the center, fold all of this around. The more time I take with this, the better it's going to look. Trying real hard not to rush. Got all the straps made. This one, belt's even been sewn on this one. This is the one that goes this way, right from the back. It's a bit longer than I expected, but it goes to there. So no, that's about right. The next step is start putting belts together. This belt, this is the one that goes on the left shoulder, gets looped in around itself, stitched down, and then gets two of these keepers put on it, right? So that it looks kind of like that. This slides in and out pretty easy. This is weird, by the way. I'm not sure what they were thinking with this. I think maybe it was supposed to, I don't know. In the real world, this doesn't make a lot of sense. In the game, it's just a game, right? I'm going to line this up as good as I can. Put a stitch right here to hold this loop in place. And then one on each side. But I'm capturing them inside the leather. So now I'm just looking at the reference here and trying to line this up to be as close to it as I can. And I think right about there looks right to me. And then I'm going to punch a hole, and punch a hole 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches, and then 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. Just so it matches the spacing of the bedroll. I made an exceptionally stupid mistake that I am unbelievably mad about. This piece right here, right? Supposed to be a buckle. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? Just split the seam, put in a buckle. The whole thing's been top stitched all the way around. The amount of work I would have to do to get this out and then attach everything back again, it's a lot of work. Way more work than I'm willing to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right there at the edge and then just treat this like a strap. It's not the right choice, but it is the choice I'm going to make. Which means, again, in my infinite wisdom, this is one-sided. So I'll have to add another side behind it. I haven't quite given up the thought of undoing everything. Decisions. Because as soon as that's done, we only have the little padded part to make, and then the whole thing is done. The right thing to do is split this top seam so I can flip this back out. It just gets a buckle. and it'll take me all of, well, it's going to take a decent amount of time, but right when you think, you know, oh, I'm almost done, and you find a just exceptionally stupid mistake. So I'm going to split this seam, split that seam, put the buckle in, and we'll pick it back up in a minute. Buckle on, seam split. I'll pull this part out as much as I can, just stitch it, and put everything back together. As annoying as that was, I'm glad I took the time to do it. But now I have to figure out how long all of these straps are. And normally I would just put it on and mark them. I'm going to do a quick change before we do that. Of all of my jackets, the King's Glaive is the closest to the Expeditioner jacket in bulk. So now I can try the whole thing on. This is an annoying outfit to put on. So I want this to be right about there, I'd say. Let's go there. This is the fiddly bit. You know, the part of the costume where you're just adjusting everything, hoping to get things to lay where you think they should. That's a bit better. I actually think that's about right. Now that I have everything marked, I can sew one of these on and put a couple of holes in this long belt. That is, by the way, way too long. But I'm not going to remake it, so it is what it is. Let's punch some holes. That's what I came up with. Right? Looks pretty okay. And then I made a test piece. I'm using the exceptionally thin leather that we got the first time. The black stuff that was way too thin. But it works I think it'll work perfect for this. A piece of canvas and then some more cording. And this is my test piece. Because it looks padded. Let's see if we can. And I think that pulls off the look. And that is using EVA foam as the padding. EVA foam is not going to move around like actual padding would. And I think I really like how that looks. And this was done on the regular machine, my brother. So it'll be way easier to do. I think that's what we're going to do. It's thin enough that I can probably cut this whole, or I can sew this whole thing and then pull it inside out. So I get my nice crisp edges. But I do need more cording. I have not had time to go pick up paracord yet. So this will have to wait till tomorrow. Cording came in. Made new cording. I'm leaving both ends open. I don't know why. Probably just so it's easier to pull through. This is the same thing as everything else. I'm just going to put down a bead of tape. I'm probably going to stitch the cording onto the leather and then put the back on and stitch it as well. That was an absolute nightmare. First time, put it on the wrong side of the leather and that wouldn't come off, so I had to cut another one. And then just sewing it was just not something I enjoyed doing, that's for sure. Since we're turning it right side out, we need to snip all these corners and then just turn it right side out. Entertainingly, the sewing of it was fine. No problems on that machine. The fabric is thin enough that I felt everything. I didn't have to, mark anything weird. Using the cording foot to run along the edge of the cording. Everything was perfect. Of course, I haven't seen it, so who knows what is about to happen. So now we just turn this tube right side out, which is way easier said than done. So I'm going to fight with this off screen. You don't need to watch me. We'll pick it back up as soon as this is right side out. This whole thing has just been kind of a pain. It's not bad, but it is relatively annoying. Right side out. Now, I stuff this inside this, and we do some top stitching. I'm going to start by top stitching the entire perimeter to lock everything in place, and then I'm going to mark everything out and figure out what needs to be where. Again, I'm just shoving this foam into this already mostly closed panel. It will look very nice. Everything is right side out. The foam is inside, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to finish the end. I'm going to put a piece of tape on this side, on the fabric side, fold it over, and then just push it flat with the other piece. That way, when I do my top stitching, I close everything off. So I'm going to do a top stitch all the way around just to seal everything off, and then we're going to do the quilting. The brother was nowhere near good enough to sew through all of this. Kept dropping stitches, didn't stitch for a good chunk of it, so we're going back over to the Cowboy. So, I believe we are as close to done as we can be for now. I may put a stud right here just to hold everything down here. But this, the belt goes on, this belt goes on first. Got it. This thing's a weird belt to put together. No. The long belt goes on first. There we go. So this is probably never getting undone again. This part right here. And this just slides over this. It goes over this. Like I said, I may put something in. I may put something in to hold this in place, just like a little Chicago screw right there. But other than that, it rests pretty. It's a little low, but that's because it's supposed to have a bigger jacket on top of it. You know what? I'm definitely going to put a Chicago screw in here. Let's do that real quick. That should only take a second. And I have a feeling it's going to make everything lay much nicer. So. And this goes there. There you go. Strapping looks good. The back looks good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I really like how all of this now looks. I think it's pretty much exactly what I want. The shoulders look good. Again, once it's got a slightly bigger jacket, so it's off just a hair, it's going to lay so much nicer. I mean, as it stands, I'm pretty happy with it. That's the end of Gustav's backpack. I got to make a book and a Lumina converter. Those will probably be a different video altogether. I meant a video together, not all together. You know what I mean. Next week, I think we're going back to the clone. I make costumes, by the way. Not just little things like a backpack. I do make the whole costume. We're going to eventually get there with this one, but we're pretty well under the way for this guy here. If you want to see where that one's going, think about sticking around. Thanks for making it to the end. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.